Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Caroline and I'm a junior doctor working in the UK. I have just paid off over £20,000 worth of credit card debt and I wanted to share with you how I managed to do this. I'm hoping these tips I share with you can help someone who's currently in debt and motivate you to get out of it. The first thing I did was educate myself. I looked online for tips and tricks of how to get out of debt. I had used YouTube a lot at university to help me understand difficult concepts that I didn't quite understand after lectures. I thought, why not use YouTube to learn how to get out of debt? I was amazed by all the resources I found once I started looking. I found channels like Asia Dang and I followed her debt-free journey. I watched videos from the likes of Graham Stephan and Jennifer at Mama Furfur. One name I constantly heard when people discussed their debt-free journey was Dave Ramsey. I finally decided to invest in his book called The Total Money Makeover, and I felt like I finally had a blueprint of how to manage my money, not only in the now but in the future. For anyone who's just starting out in their debt-free journey, I would highly recommend that book. Cut out unnecessary expenses. The next thing I did was cut out all unnecessary expenses. To be honest, I had started doing this at university. I no longer spent money on things like doing my hair, beauty products, or buying clothes at all. If I had a special occasion, I would usually just ask a friend if they had a dress I could borrow. I started thinking about what my main expenses would be after uni too. I no longer wanted to live at home, having done so for the length of 2 undergraduate degrees, so I was determined to move out. I knew that rent and household bills would be my main expense. I found out that hospitals in Wales gave first-year doctors free accommodation. Did I want to move to Wales? Not particularly. But did I want to pay rent? Not really either. There were some other perks of moving to Wales too. For example, it was less competitive to get a job there as a doctor. It was cheaper, and Cardiff isn't too far from home. I decided to make the move, saving over a whole year of rent and bills. I put all of this money I saved towards paying off my debt. One thing I would say though is if you do have the option to stay at home, do so for as long as possible to save on rent. Also, have a look around what other benefits a job may offer other than a salary at the end of the month. Budget. I hated budgeting. I still don't really love it, but it is necessary if you want to pay off debt. It doesn't need to be a strict budget, but you do need to have one. I made mine by first looking at the last 3 months' worth of my expenses. I got all of my bank statements together and went through every transaction. It was very clear that one of my biggest expenses was food and eating out. I spent a lot of time in the library as a student and I'm not the best cook, so I would eat out quite often. Even though I only spent a few pounds on meals a day, I found the expenses were really racking up. It wasn't great for my health either. Make food at home, guys. This was literally a game changer. I've gotten so much into cooking now, especially during the lockdown when I had no choice. I'm always inspecting my food budget too and seeing if I can cut it down even further each month. I always seem to spend a lot of money on transport and taking Ubers too. I found ways to cut down on transport costs, such as walking to and from the station instead of taking the bus, and I gave myself an Uber ban every other month just to discourage me from being so super lazy. Go through your budget. What are your biggest expenses? How can you cut these down? Pay yourself first. After looking at my budget and my estimated income, I decided every month I would put at least £1,000 towards my credit card debt. I knew it would be tight as I did not earn that much as a junior doctor, but I knew I would have to spend that money on rent and bills anyway, and since I didn't have those expenses, I really had no excuse. As soon as I got paid, the very first thing I did was pay off £1,000 of my debt. I did not wait till the end of the month to see what I had left. I did not pay my bills first. My debt payment was the first expense to leave my account every single payday. After a few months of paying £1,000 consistently and constantly revising my budget, I was eventually able to get this up to £1,500 a month for the last few months in order to get rid of my debt faster. I went through my budget with my brother, who told me my food and travel expenses were still way too high, and he helped me cut out some unnecessary bills from my budget. Sometimes it's good to get a second opinion. Get someone you trust to have a look at your budget too, because there might be some blind spots that you're not seeing and further areas you could cut down. Earn more. In order to pay off debt faster, it helps to earn more money. Any extra money you make outside of your day job can then immediately be put towards debt payments. When I started working as a doctor, I did many locum shifts and was able to earn over £2,000 extra in just 2 months before I was completely burnt out and never did a locum shift again. Depending on your job, picking up extra shifts may or may not be relevant to you, but something you could do is to get another job. Jobs like bar work, tutoring, pet sitting, Amazon deliveries, and Uber are quite flexible and can be done whenever you have any spare time. I also sold things online. eBay became my best friend. I mainly sold clothes and shoes that I no longer wanted or could do without. I even started to go to charity shops and picking up pieces, taking pictures and selling them on eBay for a higher price I bought them for. I made a good profit doing this, but it was quite time consuming and I was starting to accumulate random clothing pieces that didn't sell in my room, so I quickly gave that up. Have a look around the house. Is there anything you could sell? Credit score and 0% balance transfer cards. I had heard about 0% balance transfer cards, meaning I could transfer my credit card balance onto a new card and not pay any interest for a fixed period of time. However, my credit rating had gotten quite bad over the years due to high credit utilization and multiple hard searches when I tried to increase my student overdraft throughout the years. This meant the only 0% balance transfer cards I was eligible for would come with high fees and short interest-free periods. I could see it wouldn't really save me money in the long run. I decided, whilst on this debt-free journey, to monitor and work on my credit rating also. I signed up to ClearScore, which is a free platform that allows you not only to see your credit score, but also tells you how to improve it. Whilst paying off debt, I made sure I was on the electoral roll and I did not apply for any forms of credit at all. I kept my credit limit high and did not voluntarily decrease my limit as I paid off debt. I made poor payments towards the balance of my credit card and my credit utilization percentage slowly decreased, and this automatically improved my credit score. Your credit report updates every month on ClearScore, and I was able to see my chances of being accepted to multiple 0% balance transfer cards. Once I had a reasonable credit score and over an 80% chance of being accepted for a balance transfer card, I applied for one with no fees and I got it. I was able to transfer the remaining balance of about £10,000 over to a 0% balance transfer card in February 2021, which meant I had no interest to pay on that amount. I continued to make the payments towards my debt, and I became debt-free by September 2021. Keep motivated. Keep watching YouTube videos on personal finance, budgeting, and paying off debt throughout your journey to keep you motivated. You can also read blog posts and articles about others who have paid off debt to keep you motivated along your journey. Another thing that helped me was thinking about what I would be able to do with all the money I was spending paying off my debt. I could finally move out into a flat of my own and not have to stay in the rundown free hospital accommodation. I also got really interested in property investing, and I was excited to be able to have some free cash to save towards buying a property. I hope these tips have helped you. If you have any other tips, please leave a comment so we can all help each other get out of debt fast. If you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos about personal finance and financial freedom. Thanks for watching.